my God.
The sheer amount of people that King Von allegedly played a role in killing has...
Oh, shit. They saying this is they saying this is all the people that he allegedly had played a role in smoking. Mula gang. I ain't gonna lie, folk. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hearing things, folk. I'm hearing things about the video. You feel me, Ski? I'm hearing things about this King Von documentary, folk. Now, I'm gonna let you know right now, shorty. I'm already buckled up. I got my thanky and my thanky on me. You know what I'm saying, Ski? So, I hope you got your thanky on you. I'm hearing some crazy shit about this documentary, folks. Some crazy shit. So I'm finna tune in. I ain't seen not a lick of it, not a minute, not a second, not a blink, not a millisecond of this video. So we finna kick back, relax. Y'all know I'm gonna be real, Ski, all the way, Ski. Let's get it, Ski. But let's see, y'all got sweater, rock your shoes. Yeah. Ski.
Warning, this video contains themes of violence, death, and gang activity. This video is for educational and documentary purposes only. This video is not intending to incite or encourage illegal behavior in any way. Every effort has been made to remove any content which violates YouTube's community guidelines. If you'd like to see an uncut version of this video with everything that I can't show you on YouTube, head on over to patreon.com/traplawross. Supporters of the channel also get access to my recent vlogs with Academics and Adam22, as well as my old deleted King Von videos, and supporters on the $5 tier will also have access to my exclusive 4-part Patreon series where I break down real crimes caught on camera which I could never show you on YouTube. But if you don't want any of that, just sit back, enjoy the video, and hit that subscribe button. Ever since the 1980s, gangster rap has been one of hip-hop's most fascinating subgenres. From the mean streets of gang-infested Los Angeles that were brought to life by early gangster rap pioneers like Ice Cube and NWA, to Tupac and Suge Knight taking over the music game with vivid tales of gang-affiliated rappers who would bully their way into the music industry. And then you have legends like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, whose tales of life in the streets as gangsters made them millionaires hundreds of times over. For decades now, rap fans have been looking for the realest artists, whose lyrics paint a picture of a real life of crime that isn't embellished or fabricated. But when it comes to rappers who truly keep it real, the Chicago drill scene has dominated for the last decade. First popularized by Chief Keef, the Chicago drill wave was characterized by rappers that grew up in the most dangerous blocks in America, with these up-and-coming artists rapping plainly and honestly about what they experienced growing up. Shootings on the block, disrespecting dead enemies, and constantly being chased by the police. Chicago drill rappers took gangster rap to raw new heights, where the stories behind the music could be matched up with the local news reports on the latest homicides. However, what happens when the people doing the killing start making the music too? Because in the years after Chief Keef popularized the violent stories of Chicago gang life, one of those gangsters killing people in the streets picked up a microphone too, and started rapping in the first person from the perspective of the actual killer. King Von had a reputation in Chicago as a fearless killer before he'd even started rapping.
Shorty say, oh my God, bro.
King Von,
I will all face. This get close and personal.
Had a reputation
Shorty
in Chicago
crazy,
as a fearless killer before he'd even started rapping, and it's widely believed, based on the statements he made in his own songs, that Von himself could have killed as many as 7 people in his career as a gangbanger, with more murders even taking place after he got rich and famous, with it being rumored that Von used his money and influence from the rap game.
Stupid, what you think? Damn, that's a tweet. Hold on, we finna get right back into the video, but before we do, shorty, I gotta tell y'all about my membership. MulaMembership.com is a website that I started almost 2 years ago, and since then I have helped literally over 10,000 people make at least $20,000 profit before they left my membership. I know a lot of people gonna say it's cap, but y'all see the proof, man. I do this every day like clockwork. When you sign up for my membership, not only is you gonna get access to all the videos in my membership, where it's teaching you exactly what to do, how to do it when it comes to stocks, crypto, social media monetization, financial literacy, credit. I'm literally going to walk you step by step to make yourself a rich entrepreneur. And on top of that, I have a team of more than 30 people that will work around the clock 24/7 and call out stock and crypto plays, so you know what to buy, when to buy, and you make money with me making the same investments that I make at the same time that I'm making. All this for $50, short. I want to see y'all win, man. So listen, for that low price, click the first link in my description right now. MulaMembership.com. Come sign up before it's too late because we're running out of spots. Spots are very, very limited. I want to keep this membership exclusive, so you might want to hurry up and sign up. Now let's get back into the video.
Bro,
this is a real tweet, bro. There's no way, bro. 100,000 stupid. What you think I'm waiting on? Holy goddamn.
Being rumored that Von used his money and influence from the rap game to have old enemies in Chicago killed, and going on a journey which, in my opinion, takes him far beyond a street player who had to kill to survive in the mean streets of Chicago. Because if King Von's tweets are anything to go by,
for real, man, I'm just trying to. He's tweeting this shit. The man was crazy. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm on. The man was insane, cause he's. And I can tell you about people, but that wouldn't make me cause don't talk about bodies. We do that on the silent. Me and T-Roy, man, we for fun.
He simply loved.
Oh my God!
The sheer amount of people that King Von allegedly played a role in killing has.
Oh shit! They saying this is They saying this is all the people that he allegedly had played a role in smoking. As you can see, most of this was supposed to have went down in goddamn it 2012, 2014, 2018, 19, then 20.
Has led to intense speculation as to whether he was a full-blown serial killer.
God
a title
damn.
which King Von's enemies even said that him and his friends took personal pride in. Now, the FBI defines a serial killer as a person who kills over 3 people with time spans in between them of more than a month. Furthermore, serial killers tend to have an element of psychological gratification which plays a role in the motive for their murders. The FBI also state that a serial killer might seek various kinds of gratification through their killings, such as anger, thrill-seeking, financial gain, or simply for attention. I personally believe that over the course of his career, King Von demonstrated all of these characteristics and can indeed be classified as a serial killer. King Von frequently exhibited behavior in public that conformed with these rules, tweeting regularly about his desire to kill, bragging about having committed specific murders
in a more, call that drop dig.
His music, which attracted him international attention and Billboard charting songs.
See, Shorty got he got them songs that everybody don't know. See, I don't know the songs he got, like, you feel me? And this nigga Von is just tweaking. This nigga
about murdering rivals, making
what's
him a rich man
folks?
With millions in his bank account. The FBI also point out another characteristic of serial killers, specifically that their victims may all have something in common. For example, a demographic profile, appearance, gender, or race. And it would appear that King Von only killed young black men and women from the community he lived in. These were all people just like him, being born into a rundown part of Chicago and growing up with a lot of disadvantages. All that really separated Von from his victims were the fact that they were from a rival territory, and he believed that nobody would miss them. King Von has officially been implicated in 4 murders, 2 where he was suspected of being involved, but the police didn't have enough evidence to charge, and 1 case where he narrowly received a not guilty verdict after a key witness disappeared and a co-defendant implicated himself. Another that he's accused of organising with 5 of his closest childhood friends. The shooting of rival rapper FBG Duck in broad daylight at a busy shopping district, Von will never face justice for due to him losing his life only months before the feds would swoop in and arrest all 5 of his close friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if Von didn't never pass away, I think he'd definitely be in the feds. I think he'd definitely be in the feds. I think the feds would have grabbed him. They just, even whether they had evidence or not, I don't think they would have been letting him walk around being accused of this much shit, you feel me? Because I didn't know it was this crazy. And Shorty got tweets. This nigga got, oh my God.
This particular murder would go down as one of the most brazen assassinations carried out in Chicago since the days of Al Capone. But in total, there's over 10 murders of which King Von has been connected to over the years. Nobody has looked into all of them in great detail until now. So today, we're going to take a closer look at the man, his past, and his career to find out once and for all if King Von really was the first serial killer in hip-hop history.
He was in jail for 2 murders?
Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts.
4 shooters and a hail of bullets.
All in was scatter bomb. All in was scatter bomb.
Police found several shell casings in this parking lot.
King Von was bloodthirsty. He loved death. He loved killing.
I got a lot of fights. Just for how many I think?
King Von had a insatiable obsession with murder and violence.
The shooting leaves 1 person dead, 4 others injured.
Me? You hating? I know you
King Von probably would have been considered like a serial killer.
They labeled the man a serial killer. Them.
And how before this start, bro, this not cool. You feel me? But at the same time, you can't judge. Like, I don't know. That's what I don't know, folks. I just be saying you can't judge. Like, I'll be really saying, like, you gotta put yourself in the shoes of this, like, on bro grade. I was from Chicago, bro. All the time, 2012, 2014, when all that was going on, bro. I was prime time, bro. I'm in middle school, going into high school. I know about all this shit that's going on. You feel me? Like, O-Block ain't that far from my crib, bro. Probably like maybe a 10, 15 minute drive. If that, for real. If it ain't no traffic, you get there in like 10 minutes. No cap. Like, maybe a little less than that. So, like, I know what was going on bro grave. Like, imagine your homies just get, you feel me? Your homies, somebody just come blick your homies out. You feel me? Your homies passed away now. You going to funerals every other week. All your homies passed away. You 14. You like, damn. They gonna come get me next if I don't go get them. If I don't do something, you feel me? I ain't finna. They keep coming to my neighborhood doing this, doing that for whatever reason, bro. Like, put yourself in them shoes for real. Cause when come from Vietnam, when they come from Iraq and Iran, and they come from these bids, and they got 30 confirmed, you feel me? They got 30 ops gone, confirmed, easy, in the dirt. Y'all clap them up. Y'all don't call them serial killers. Y'all call them brave souls, patriots. Why is this different? Why? Because he ain't got no uniform on? Because the president ain't say it was okay? You feel me? So
Von, real name Davon Bennett, was born on August the 9th, 1994, in Chicago, Illinois, growing up on West 78th and South Hermitage in an area known as Killer Ward, an area mainly affiliated with the Chicago gangs, the Gangster Disciples, and the Black Peace Stones. Von would attend Barton Elementary School in the area, but despite starting life as a fairly normal kid in Chicago, he would be subjected to the influence of gangbanging in his family home from a young age. His father was Walter E. Bennett, aka Silk, a well-known street dude from nearby Ada Park. Von was mainly raised by his mother, as his father was in and out of jail throughout his childhood. But Von's father was apparently a legend in the streets, with ties to the street gang, the Black Disciples. However, much like Von, despite the fearsome reputation he'd earned in the streets, it would ultimately be this proximity to gang life that would lead to his father's demise, as King Von's dad Silk was shot dead when Von was only 11 years old, apparently being targeted by a sniper outside of a skating rink, according to an interview with King Von's uncle.
Rest in peace, King Von. Rest in peace, Silk.
Damn, his daddy got hit with a sniper?
Boy every day. My kill his daddy with a sniper rifle. This get deep, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sniper. I hit him with a sniper rifle. They at the skating rink, but you know, that's another story.
It seems clear that King Von's father Silk was remembered as a legend of the block. However, coping with the loss of his father at such a young age clearly had a negative effect on the mindset of a young King Von. He would tweet and rap in freestyles years later that he simply couldn't sleep after his father's death.
They killed my daddy, I couldn't even go to sleep.
And throughout his teenage years, he would post RIP tributes to his father on Twitter to commemorate his birthdays. Naturally, Von would follow in his father's footsteps, getting involved in local gang politics at a young age, with Von actually telling 16-shot and visuals in his very first interview that he got involved in the streets in 4th grade, eventually getting his hands on guns by the time he got to high school.
You was out here toting pipes in 4th grade, like when you started?
I probably had a BB gun or something. It wasn't that hectic, like, it ain't good. I just been, you know, in the streets. I just like being outside. You know, one of the little boys that like sleeping out, just being outside all day, just doing bed. The gun, all that shit come to play to like what? Yeah, like late 8th grade or some 7th, 8th grade when it really got to that point where you gotta hurt somebody or somebody trying to hurt you and you gotta protect yourself.
Von would rap on the unreleased song Wait that he jumped off the porch.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, niggas don't know how that feel for real. Like, this where you live, it's a difference when this is where you live versus you going to another country. You get on that plane, you survive, you make it home, you straight. You feel what I'm saying? When you live here and this is just what's going on in your city, when you go to school, when you go get something to eat, when your homie was driving home from school, this is where you live and ain't nowhere for you to go. You see what I'm saying? It's different when you got to walk home from school and hope the wrong don't see you It's different when you gotta go from your homie crib and you gotta get on the bus and you gotta go. It's different, folks. Like, it's different. It's different. Bro, and that is crazy. It's like, it's crazy. And I wasn't even like, I know it was probably way
he
worse.
was just 12 years old. Von would initially be a member of a local street crew affiliated with the Gangster Disciples called Killer Ward, being seen in numerous group pictures with that crew. And affiliates from the area would later post tweets suggesting that Von was indeed putting in work for this crew during his time gangbanging in Killer Ward, with Von himself corroborating that he was close to the members in Killer Ward where he was born, but making it clear that he's always been a member of the Black Disciples due to his family affiliation. Now, Von would live around Killer Ward up to around 2008 or 9, after which he would eventually move to the infamous Parkway Gardens housing development. This housing complex is notorious for its affiliations with the Black Disciples street gang. Parkway Gardens would later be referred to by insiders as O Block, but prior to that, it was referred to as Wick City. And here, King Von would meet many of the people who would end up having a huge influence on his life and career. People famous for their affiliation to O Block, whether through the gang wars going on there, or through the music that had been made about the gang war. People like Boss Top, Chief Keef, T-Roy, White, Duke, BJ, Big A, Trey 5, Sharoid, J Money, Platoon, and countless other people that played a big role in Von's life growing up. Von would also attend a new school in the area, the Hyde Park Academy, where he would attend with people from other rival territories with affiliations to the Gangster Disciples. People like FBG Duck, who would even claim...
Hyde Park, for everybody that don't know, Hyde Park is on what that is, folks. That ain't, it ain't 70. What that is, like maybe 65th? 65th, right off Stony? I don't know what street that is. But I went to school right down the street, literally. Like, my elementary school, Bret Hart, is like probably right down the street. But I do know, like, at Hyde Park, it's all type is. Stony Spot niggas is, goddamn it, BDs, it's GDs, it's Eastside on bro. You feel me? It's a lot of going on at Hyde Park. A lot of people get sent to Hyde Park. You feel me? It was like Hyde Park or Kenwood. I went to Kenwood for high school. You feel me? Kenwood probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from Hyde Park. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was like Hyde Park and Kenwood, but Kenwood was more like if you lived a little bit more north. You feel me? But yeah, that's
in a Twitter exchange in 2014,
so
who plotted to beat King Von up on the school bus, and people like Lil Mark, who Von would even be seen in throwback pictures with before their feud had escalated into something deadly. Von and his friends started out their gangbanging careers with fistfights with the ops at school, schoolyard scuffles that would unfortunately escalate over the coming years, developing into full-blown gang war with firearms involved.
Yeah,
over time, a teenage Von would begin getting more and more involved in Chicago's street gang conflicts, apparently bringing guns to school as young as age 13. Chop Squad, who went to school with both Von and G Herbo, would claim that Von would even show off guns in class, with it apparently being Von himself who started the trend of teenage gangbangers in their school bringing guns to class.
Von was the type of person to bring a pole to school at 13 for. Like, that's what me and Herb was talking about. He was like, he knew it was real when Von walked up to him in school, he was like, he had flashed the pole or something. He was like, Herb knew every day from there it was up. He was like, oh, we bringing guns to school? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's on now. He's like, every day from there, everybody brought guns to school. And he's like, Von was the one to start that off.
In fact, G Herbo would even later rap about this on a collaboration with Von called FaceTime, saying that Von showed him a revolver in freshman orientation, an experience which led G Herbo to begin bringing guns to school himself too. Now, King Von was apparently out of control as a youngster. According to one story, Von actually did a shooting on prom night whilst wearing his suit, after literally tweeting out that somebody better not try him in his suit. So now,
somebody try me, I got a suit on, but fucking still ain't that slow. Going off the prom. They said Von, what is crazy is that witness described Von's clothing as white, and this was the same day Von went to prom together with Mina Red, and Von also mentioned to the police there are pictures from the prom where Von had on a white suit on him, and the guess is that Von did this in this suit.
Prom night whilst wearing his suit, after literally tweeting out that somebody better not try him in his suit. So naturally, you can imagine, Von ended up spending a significant amount of time in trouble with the law as a teenager, with large patches of his most formative years spent inside jail cells. Von went to jail for the first time around August 2010, at age 16, for armed robbery, apparently robbing someone for their car at gunpoint, something that he would actually later refer refer to on his song Armed and Dangerous, saying that he was arrested on August 11th, 2 days after his 17th birthday, when he was offered 21 to 45 years in a plea deal. Von would end up spending time in boot camp, an intense military-style juvenile program, ultimately rewarding him with early release. But soon after that initial charge, Von would catch another in January 2011, ultimately spending 15 months behind bars as a juvenile, being locked up between December 2010 and March 2012. And during this time,
that is not fucking cool, bro. Like, under no circumstances, on bro grave, I'm trying to tell you, shorty. Do you hear me, though? Going to jail, getting locked up is not it, shorty. I've been in jail 2 times. Thank God. Listen, all the that I did in my life, I've been in jail 2 times. That is a blessing. But when you go to jail, I say to you all the time, folks, don't no thotties come out, folks. You don't get no party, shorty. You don't get no forays. Don't no $1 million hit your account. Bloop. You're a real nigga now. You went to jail. No, boy. Your ass just in there dirty as hell. It stank, shorty. There's no females. I don't know about y'all, but I like girls. I want to be around some females. Any place where it's not no females, I probably don't want to go. Sure.
Incarceration, Von's best friend T-Roy would tweet forward to his release. Eventually, in March 2012, Von would be a free man once again, but he was only free for a matter of months, from March to November 2012. But during this time, Von would undergo a transformation, going from a gun-toting stick-up kid to a full-fledged killer after witnessing the death of one of his close friends, which, as he put it, turned him into a demon. Before we get into the first murders that King Von was allegedly involved in, I just want to take the time to consider the real reasons why he would be motivated to kill in the first place. Despite covering a lot of gangsters who are hardened killers, it's important to consider the social circumstances that need to exist for a teenage boy to start committing murders. Firstly, these areas where King Von grew up in Southside Chicago, Killer Ward and O Block, are incredibly poor and dangerous areas, with the latter even being described by the local Sun-Times newspaper as the most dangerous block in Chicago. Part of the reason why so many of these gang murders in Chicago go unsolved is due to the failure of policing in these areas. Someone like King Von grew up seeing death and destruction as a completely normal thing. And if the police never come to your area to solve crimes or deliver justice, it's easy to see why you would place more trust in street justice than in the state. Furthermore, you really have to ponder whose fault is it really that somewhere like O Block ended up being so poor and dangerous. While it's easy to blame the gangsters and killers there for cultivating a lawless environment, the city and the state politicians ultimately have failed to create the economic circumstances for someone to grow up safely in these areas. Had there been better economic prospects in the hoods of Chicago, perhaps many of these young men wouldn't have been forced into a life of crime and violence. Furthermore, when it comes to the analysis of King Von's eventual transformation into what some have described as a serial killer, there's actually an argument to be made that geography may have played a part in King Von feeling like he could get away with so many murders. The 70s to the 2000s have actually been described as the golden age of serial murder, and one possible cause for this phenomenon around this period has been cited as urbanization and the concentration of inner city living. Some people have said that putting so many people in such close proximity ends up offering a unique level of anonymity when it comes to committing crimes in these complicated, busy and overpopulated areas. Put simply, this means that in O Block, the sheer amount of people, overlapping gang conflicts, and normalization of violence on the streets means that somebody like King Von could kill multiple people without attracting too much attention to him personally. As sad as it is to say, in the eyes of the
I ain't gonna lie, he was one of them. You could just look at that and tell, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why everybody believed him. Like, nobody ever thought it was Von was capping about nothing. Even in the crazy stories, like, we knew that the story was fake, but the experiences was coming from a real place. You know what I'm saying? The words was coming from a real things he saw, heard, did, been through. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever questioned him. And from my understanding, while he was alive, nobody really tried him for real. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why dude did what he did, because he was scared, boy. He like, oh, no, this Chicago nigga coming up here, he's finna knock our ass off if I don't do this right here. You feel me, though? You feel me? And I think that's why Von, only reason Von ain't get on that with dude ass, because I don't think Von thought it was that serious. I think Von was on some like, we cool, but you got me fucked up, so we finna fight, buddy. Like, you feel me? We finna squabble it out. But I don't think he just ain't expect motherfucker to just come up and blick, you feel me? So I don't know.
A victim is just another casualty of the gang war, rather than a specific crime that could be solved. And it's these circumstances that were the perfect conditions for a young King Von to begin killing people in his community with minimal consequences. And whilst King Von was in jail, gun violence had raged on between the black disciples from Wick City and the rival gangster disciples from St. Lawrence and Eberhard Avenues, or STL-EBT. And during this time whilst King Von was incarcerated, a 15-year-old gangster disciple from the rival hood by the name of Tuka was murdered. Real name Shondale Gregory, Tuka was shot dead at a bus stop on the 600 block of East 63rd Street on the 12th of January 2011 at around 6:48 PM. It was around that time that a masked gunman jumped out of a vehicle, shooting Tuka several times. Tuka was hated by his rivals from the Black Disciples, and over the next decade, BDs would continue to disrespect him on social media and in popular songs. And in honor of their fallen friend, gangster disciples from St. Lawrence and Eberhard would rename their area Tukaville. It's never been fully revealed to the public who killed Tuka, but ever since, there has been intense speculation that a boy named O.D. Perry from Wick City might have had something to do with it. This is partly due to him being pictured regularly with a silver revolver, and the witness report from the Tuka murder stated that Tuka was actually shot with a long-barreled silver revolver. Regardless of whether or not O.D. was really the person who killed Tuka, that didn't really matter, because later that year, on August the 10th, 2011, in an act of retaliation, O.D. Perry was killed just outside Parkway Gardens. He would suffer multiple gunshot wounds, including one to the neck, at about 11:35 PM. Just like Tukaville, Wick City was also renamed in the memory of their fallen friend O.D., O-Block, and it's believed that one of the shooters who killed O.D. was a female teenage shooter by the name of Jakira Barnes, or K.I. Following the murder, K.I. would begin to pose on social media with a silver revolver, similar to the one that O.D. was known to carry, and her rumoured involvement in this murder of a beloved O-Block member would lead to K.I. becoming a major target herself, with matters not helped by the fact that she would regularly tweet insulting O.D. Perry and alluding to having killed him, along with others who would openly claim that K.I. made the
Shout out to the twins, they made O-Block, boy. Shout out half of the twins that made O-Block. She bought that action. Shout out to them twins that made O-Block. Legendary pick. Shout out to them twins who made O-Block. FBG, but FBG, Lil J King. That's crazy.
O, meaning that she killed O.D. and was the one that caused Wick City to change the name of their block to O-Block. But the tragedies in O-Block were far from over. On the 18th of October 2011, another O-Block native by the name of Patoon, real name Edward Riley, would be shot dead inside O-Block after being approached by two people with firearms. Dang. Another devastating loss to the community would come when 19-year-old Sherroyd Liggins would be shot in the head and left for dead on February the 16th, 2012. Also at O-Block. This murder was particularly notable for the fact that it was believed that Sherroyd was killed by a Tukaville shooter by the name of Boss Trell. As the gang war in his neighbourhood continued to take more and more of his friends' lives, King Von would get more and more involved, continuing to play a role in the gang war going on in Chicago's street underworld. Von later rapped on the song Don't Want to Be Me that everything changed for him in 2012, and that this is when he decided to get more active in the gang war, with Von saying specifically that the deaths of O.D. and Patoon completely changed his plans and led him to put on a mask and get active in the gang war. Now there's a lot of speculation about the exact murders that Von was allegedly involved in, and we might never know definitively if he was truly involved in all the violence that he was rumoured to be associated with, but the very first murder that Von was associated with took place on April the 28th, 2012, when a group of 4 men would catch a man called King Doc, real name Marlon Monroe, shooting him as he walked into a convenience store, with Doc apparently stumbling into a patch of tall weeds after the shooting, where he would pass away and lay undiscovered for hours. Doc would eventually be found dead by his 16-year-old cousin, Modell McCambry. Doc would be remembered as an original native of St. Lawrence and Eberhard Avenues, with his affiliation to the area likely the reason that the killers from O-Block would target him, despite the fact that Doc had apparently left the gang life behind him, becoming a painter to get out of the streets. Apparently hurt by the death of his cousin, Modell, that boy who discovered Doc's body, would then begin to get more involved in the gangs in the area too, beginning to hang around with people like K.I. and FBG Duck, as well as being seen on social media with guns. In fact, it's actually around this time that social media begins to play a bigger and bigger role in the gang war in Chicago. And during this time, King Von himself would become a prolific user of Twitter, beginning a flurry of activity on the platform after signing up in June 2012.
Twitter for BlackBerry.
about his activities in the streets,
That's great.
seemingly with no fear about incriminating himself. Von would openly claim to be
drilling,
drilling in the
low-key,
name
like
of
my old-
O.D. Perry. He would say that he was like Phineas and
Phineas and
Ferb
Ferb
in the
is me and
streets
my
with his
T-Roy.
best
T-Roy,
friend
I'm
and
tryna
fellow
do a
O Block
fish
shooter
today.
T-Roy, warning ops not to diss
And if
them,
it's not-
claiming to shoot people like it's
This is what
nothing.
you
He would
ain't
tweet
got
that
sent.
he's been drilling from young and even wants to kill cops too. He would say outright that he will whack people. He would regularly diss numerous rival hoods and gangs and be claiming to be paranoid.
How the
due to
hell did
having
he get
so
all these tweets, bro? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hey, shorty, we gonna post a part 2 to this video at the same time I'm posting this right here. So make sure y'all stay tuned, folks.